Isn't to take hold, the government has to control the money. It's the ultimate vehicle of control. Now, the Biden team's looking into creating a centralized bank digital currency they'll control. But my home state of Florida, thankfully, is already fighting back.
What the central bank digital currency is all about is surveilling Americans by using the economy to advance a political agenda. Look at no further than China. This will ensure that any effort to adopt a worldwide digital currency will never occur in the free state of Florida.
Senate Republicans are also trying to block the Biden administration and the Fed from moving forward with this disastrous digital dollar. Run from this thing. Do not walk. Joining me now to talk about is cryptocurrency expert Leah Halpern. Leah, thanks a lot for your time. So you and I have discussed this topic before, but now it appears they're doubling down. They really want this. Isn't this the ultimate surveillance and control mechanism, a government-controlled digital currency?
It absolutely is, and I think it's also quite positive that we're starting to see more senators, more Republicans actually speaking out against this, because I also saw Senator Ted Cruz, he's also proposing the same ban as Ron DeSantis. And so we have to understand what it is. It's going to be a programmable digital currency. And so since it's going to be issued by the central bank, they have the ability to program the money however they see fit. So Dan, say, you want to host a barbecue and you buy some sausages, some meat, some steaks, whatever it is. You could then have your money declined the following week when you go to fill up your car, because you may have reached, let's say, your carbon allowance, because right now we're living through this so-called climate crisis and they're desperately trying to implement a carbon allowance. Well, how do you do this? You just program the money. And so it allows these politicians to enforce more compliance and actually enforce their political and woke agendas. Now, you use the word surveillance, and that's actually exactly correct, because any type of privacy that we think we may have left will be utterly diminished, because with the central bank digital currency, it's a ledger that the government will have the absolute access to. So they will be able to see every single transaction you have ever made. And this is why I'm a huge advocate for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is entirely decentralized and entirely anonymous. However, I do want to make clear that it's not necessarily private, and that is an issue that many people have with many different cryptocurrencies, because Dan, if I send you one Bitcoin or one ETH, you'll actually be able to see how much money I have in my wallet. So I'm also very interested in looking at privacy coins, because this is going to be a direct solution to the surveillance that's coming. And there are many people building this. We have TommyNet, for example, who are building a decentralized internet and are actually building privacy coins. So in order to combat this surveillance, this socialism that's coming, we're going to see, we're going to need something like Bitcoin and privacy coins.
Yeah. Leah, I agree with you. The surveillance portion is the worst part. They told us our tax records would be private, too. That turned out to be a joke. We've seen that. Thanks a lot for your time. Really appreciate it. Coming up on Unfiltered, Safe Space.